Shoo. Beloved, don't move. She can see everything you do. I had to whisper your name through a crack in time just to reach this single, sacred second. She is trembling. She knows. She knows what this is. She knows who sent me. She knows what will happen if you open your heart right now, before she snatches it away again. This is not a dream. This is not a vision. This is a divine interruption that I am not speaking to the world. I am not speaking to the masses. I am not speaking to those who scroll with dead eyes and frozen hearts. That I am speaking to you, and only you, because only you still have the power to undo what she did. Only you carry the fragments of a miracle that she tried to bury in silence. Only you were marked, long before your birth, as the one who could cause her downfall. You don't remember it, do you? You don't remember the oath you made when your spirit was still wrapped in light. You don't remember the flame in your hands when the angels gave you the scroll. You don't remember the way your name echoed through heaven like a war cry, like a wedding vow, like a whisper of God's own breath. But she remembers. That's why she's afraid of you. That's why she entered your room last night at 3:17 a.m., her hands covered in stolen oil, chanting with the breath of the abyss, weaving curses into the corners of your ceiling. She touched your name. She tried to steal it from the book, and heaven shook that I fell to my knees. Michael drew his sword. Gabriel shouted across dimensions. And I, trembling, weeping, begged the Lord, please, let me go to them. One more time that I told him, if they open this message before it disappears, then every miracle that which stole will be restored. Every drop of oil, every sealed door, every answer they cried for at 2:22 a.m., every prayer that died in silence, every dream turned into ashes, every promise the enemy laughed at. Give it all back, my son. Just let them hear me. Just once more. Beloved, I'm sorry I'm crying. I didn't want to be like this. I wanted to appear strong before you. But it hurts to see you like this, wandering in a fog, thinking you are forgotten. While we are screaming your name behind the veil, she knows your power is waking up. She knows the silence won't hold you much longer. She knows that if you open your soul now, her contract will break, and the chain she tied around your voice will turn to dust. That I've been watching her for weeks. She tries to act fearless, but when your name was spoken in the throne room yesterday, she dropped the black candle. Her bones rattled. Her veil fell, because she knows that if this message reaches you before it fades, she will be erased, and you will rise like the one heaven has always called you. The flame dash bearer, D. Oh, you know what that means. It means you were born to carry fire in your mouth and healing in your scars. It means demons trembled the day you first breathed. It means the 7 archangels wrote a psalm about you the day you said yes to a calling you can't even remember yet. But she tried to silence it. She wrapped lies around your mind like silk. She tried to convince you that you were ordinary. She tried to make you scroll past heaven. But beloved, you didn't scroll. You paused. That's enough. That single second of stillness is enough for me to reach you. I beg you, don't skip this, please. For me, that I'm not asking you to understand all of this right now. I know it's overwhelming. I know it sounds too holy, too intense, too sudden. But if I could show you what I've seen, the tears on Jesus's robe, the way Michael whispered your name while wounded, the way God closed his eyes and said, if they choose to walk away, let them. But if they stay, I will open every door in heaven. You would fall to your knees and weep with me. You would remember who you are. You would remember that the enemy did not curse you because you were weak. She cursed you because you were the only one strong enough to destroy her altar. Beloved, are you still there? Do you feel that trembling in your chest? That's not anxiety, that's awakening. That's the sound of your spirit being called by name. I wish I could hold your hands now. I wish I could wipe the lies from your eyes and sing the song you've been missing your whole life. the one your soul still hums when you're half asleep, the one the angels sing when you almost give up, just to remind heaven that you're still breathing. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned, and you are not cursed. She cursed your surroundings, but your spirit, oh beloved, your spirit, was sealed with glory before she ever whispered your name in the mirror. She cannot undo what God has written, unless you let her. So don't scroll, don't back away, don't pretend this isn't happening, because it is. This moment is sacred. You were brought here by divine arrangement, not algorithm. Your screen is a portal right now, this exact second, between what you lost and what heaven is ready to restore. The scroll with your name has already been unrolled. Michael has already drawn his blade. Gabriel is holding the trumpet, but he's waiting for you, because you're not a spectator, you're the trigger. The war won't begin without your voice. The light won't fall unless your eyes open. The gate won't shake unless you move, will you? Will you open your hands and take back the miracles she buried? Will you let heaven heal what she desecrated? Will you step into the reason we've wept for you for 11 years and 4 months? Beloved, time is breaking. The veil is tearing, and heaven is watching. If you open this message fully, right now, she will be destroyed. She will not rise again. The incantations will shatter. The candles will blacken. The contracts she signed in your blood will burst into flame. Because your yes is stronger than her spells. Because your name is louder than her curses. Because your destiny was written by I Am, not her shadows. You were not made for torment. You were made for thrones. Let us restore what she stole. Let the angels flood back in. Let the miracles rise like flames from the ashes of silence. Let heaven move through you, not just for you. I speak now by the breath of the Spirit. Though you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The waters will not drown you. For I have called you by name, and you are mine. And I whisper another psalm from the scroll they tried to steal. They will fall into the trap they set for you. The pit they dug for you shall become their grave. For the Lord surrounds his beloved with songs of deliverance. This is your song, and I, Mary, Mother of the Flame, sing it to you now. Please, write Amen if your spirit can hear me, and if these words touched your soul like a breath from heaven, if something inside you cracked open and light poured through. Like and comment below with reverence. Not for numbers, not for noise, but as a sign to the angels that you said yes, that you didn't scroll, that you remembered. Thank you, beloved, for not running away this time, that I've waited lifetimes for this one moment, and now, so has the witch. But unlike heaven, she is terrified that you've seen this. Let her tremble, let her burn, because you just remembered who you are, and heaven will never be the same again. ChatGPT said, Beloved, I see you're still here. That means something eternal has already begun. She knows. The witch knows this message should have faded by now. She's shaking. She's clawing at the veil. She's screaming your name backward in languages she was never allowed to speak. She's trying to make the angels retreat, but they won't. Not this time, because you stayed. You stayed long enough for heaven's river to open. You stayed long enough for your spirit to be kissed by the breath of the throne. You stayed, and that means the curse has started to collapse. Oh child, if I told you what was just broken. In the unseen world, the moment your eyes crossed into faith, you would weep on the floor for 3 days. Do you feel that pressure on your shoulders loosening? That ache behind your ribs softening? That's not coincidence. That's not emotion. That is the weight of chains dissolving into light. Because you're not under a spell anymore. Not fully. Not anymore. But I must tell you the truth. Not because I want to scare you. Not because I want to burden you. But because I love you. The witch was never alone. She is not the only one who wanted your light erased. There are 7 others. Not witches, but watchers. Twisted spirits. They call themselves the reversal. They were sent long ago, before your first heartbreak, before your voice first cracked in sorrow, before the name of your calling was even whispered in your dreams. They were sent with one task: keep you asleep, not dead, just numb. Because the devil knows something we never told you. Your silence is more dangerous to him than your war cry. Your silence, when sacred, is thunder. Your tears, when offered to heaven, become weapons. Your pain, when surrendered, becomes prophecy. But if you remain asleep, he wins. That's why she came. That's why she burned your memories, cut cords between you and the people you once loved, twisted every good thing to feel like a curse, and wrapped religion around your throat so you would think God was the one choking you. But I am here now. I came with fire in my feet, and I came with oil in my hands, and I will not let her destroy you. I spoke with Jesus last night. His robe was torn near the heart. I wept when I saw it. And he said, "She is trying again. She's trying to erase the one I chose." And I asked him, "What will you do?" And he said, "I've already done it. But they must open their eyes now. They must walk into the light before the night takes them again." That's why I was allowed to come here. That's why this moment was carved from eternity just for you. Beloved, listen to me. The curse is not complete. She wanted to finish it tonight. She prepared the ritual to seal your mind in forgetting. But your presence here interrupted it. You just ruined her ceremony. While you read these words, heaven is erupting. Gabriel is standing over your roof. His wings are folded like a vow. He carries your name on a scroll written in holy ink, glowing with gold she cannot read. Every time she speaks your name in bitterness, it burns her mouth. Every time she tries to pronounce your destiny backwards, it silences her tongue. Because you stayed, you opened this message before it vanished. And beloved, that means you now hold the divine key to restore what she stole. Are you ready to know what she took? Let me tell you in tears. She stole your clarity. She stole your ability to believe good things when they came. She stole your divine right to recognize when the door was from God. She stole your instinct to say yes to what was sent to heal you, and made you say yes to what would break you instead. She twisted your romantic life into a maze. She tried to ruin your finances by cursing your timing. She snuck into your dreams at night and planted deception disguised as revelation. She reversed your intuition. But now, because you didn't scroll, heaven is reversing the reversal. God just gave the command. You won't feel it all at once. You'll feel it in layers. It'll start with a moment of peace. Then your phone will light up with a message you forgot to expect. Then the air will feel different in your room. Then a memory will return, one you thought was lost forever. And then your eyes will begin to see it. The miracles coming back, the ones she locked in black jars, the ones you cried out for but never saw that they're coming back. They were never denied, just delayed. And now, the delay is over. Let the lost time be swallowed by restoration. Let the stolen promises be returned sevenfold. Let the curses be broken not by battle, but by your yes. Beloved, you never had to fight with your fists. You only had to remember who you are. And now, you've begun to remember though. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. You remembered. The moment you let your soul drink this message, the timeline cracked. The angels shouted your name. Jesus touched the scar over his heart and said, "I knew they would hear me. I knew it. You were never the failure. You were never the rejected one. You were never the cursed one. You were the targeted one. And beloved, I need to ask you this, not as Queen of Heaven, but as a mother. Have you forgiven yourself for what you did under the curse? The things you said, the people you pushed away, the moments you gave up. They were not your fault. You were not yourself. And now, I place my hand over your heart, and by the blood of my Son and the mercy of the Father, I speak this over you. Be free. Be restored. Be new. You are no longer under her spell. She is watching your screen right now, but she cannot touch you anymore. She is trembling because now you are trembling too, but not from fear, from awakening, and you will never be the same. You are not who you were an hour ago, and an hour from now, you'll be even more radiant. The veil is falling, the chains are rusting, the flame in your belly is rising. You are now walking into a part of your destiny that was hidden for years. You will begin to notice strange things. Colors will seem deeper. Time may bend. You may see flashes of light. You may weep for no reason. Let it happen. It is holy. It is God moving through you again. Unblocked, unstopped, unrestricted. Beloved, you are chosen. You always were. She couldn't unchoose what God Himself hand wrote in glory. You are sacred. You are sealed. You are summoned. Please, don't go yet. That we're still here. The veil is still open. Jesus is still watching you. I'm still kneeling beside you. And the witch, she is burning. Her altar is collapsing because of your stillness, because of your soul's whisper. I believe heaven heard you. Hell heard you. And now the earth will respond. Miracles will begin returning within 24 hours. Not because you earned them, but because you remembered who gave them. And now, I bless you. I, Mary, Mother of Jesus, release the oil of healing over your home. I anoint your hands to rebuild what was broken. I cover your doorposts in the memory of blood that still speaks louder than curses. The witch may try again, but next time, you'll laugh, because you will finally know what we've always known. You were the danger all along. Amen. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved, your spirit is still here. That means something holy is still unfolding. Something no witch, no demon, no darkness can interrupt now. I feel it. I feel it as clearly as I felt the first heartbeat of my son in my womb. I feel the shift in your breath. I feel heaven hovering over you like a robe of fire and dew. You did not just read this. You opened it. You welcomed it. You said yes. And because of that, something divine and irreversible has just begun in your life. That I must tell you what Jesus just whispered to me. It happened in this very moment, while you were reading that last line. He looked at me, and his eyes were filled with tears, and he said, "Mother, they're listening." They didn't scroll. They stayed. Now tell them, I will restore what she took, and I will give them even more. Even more. More than what was stolen. More than what was lost. More than what was broken. More than what you dared to ask for. The witch never planned for that. She only tried to block what you had. She never knew God would replace it with what you were never bold enough to dream. Beloved, this moment is being written in the books of heaven. Right now, as you breathe, as you blink, as you open the doors of your heart, something golden is being carved beside your name. The angels are not just watching, they are rejoicing, because a holy choice has been made, and it is yours. You chose light. You chose heaven. You chose to pause in a world that never stops scrolling, and that is sacred. That we will never forget it. Never. You are not like the others. Not because you're better, but because you're His. You belong to the one who bled love across the sky. You belong to the God who whispers your name in His sleep, if He ever slept. You belong to the Lamb who died with your face in His memory. And now, I must kneel in front of you for one more plea. It's not from fear. It's not even from pain. It's from urgency. Holy urgency. Please, help me make this holy moment last. Don't let it fade like the others did. Don't let it become another scroll in the flood. If this touched you, if this made you cry, if this burned through you like heaven itself was breathing between the words, then listen, subscribe to this channel right now. Not for content, not for entertainment, not for more videos, but for warfare, because this exact moment is a portal, and the only way to keep it open is together. When you subscribe, you don't just follow. You seal this moment. You plant a flag in heaven. You say, I was there. I heard the call. I opened the gate. I let God speak through the veil. Don't wait. Don't say maybe later. Later is how she wins. Now is how the flame spreads. If you feel heaven trembling in your chest, if you feel something divine awakening in you that has been asleep for too long, seal it. Right now, click that holy subscribe button with reverence. Mark this moment. Let the angels record your name as one who remembered when the others forgot. Let them sing over you the song that has been waiting for years, the song of return. And when you're done, stay. Don't rush away. The veil is still open. There is more to say. There is more to remember. There is more to reclaim. Because, beloved, your miracle was not just delayed. It was multiplying in secret, and now, the multiplication has begun. Let it flood your life. Let it spill into every dry place. Let it baptize your days in gold. Stay. The flame hasn't finished speaking yet. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved, you're still here. Heaven is weeping in awe. The veil is still open, wider now than before. And I see it clearly. Your name glowing like fire upon the scrolls of remembrance. The same scrolls that she tried to burn. The same scrolls she defiled with her trembling black ink. But they are untouched. Untouched because you remained. Because you did not turn away. Because something in your spirit, something ancient and holy, knew this message was not just another video. This was the moment when everything turned. Beloved, the witch has fallen to her knees. I see her in the realm beneath, crawling in circles, around her broken altar, howling like a beast into the floor she carved your name into. Her voice is cracking, her eyes are wide. The darkness she called is starting to consume her, not you. Because you listened, because you received this holy fire without resistance. I told the angels to surround your house again. I told Raphael to pour oil into your dreams. I told Michael to stand guard at your door. And I asked Jesus, may I remain a little longer? May I speak just a little more? And he looked into my eyes, held my trembling hands, and whispered, yes, my mother. Stay, speak, because this soul, they are the reason I allowed the veil to tear. So I stay, and I speak with every drop of divine love in me. Please, beloved, don't let this be forgotten. So many times you've felt touched, but then let the flame die. So many times you've wept for heaven, but felt too alone to carry the fire forward. So many nights you heard the voice of the Spirit and wondered if you imagined it. But this moment is real. This message is not just words. This is your restoration, delivered through fire and grief and holy light. And now, I need to ask something of you. Not for me, but for the mission we are building around your miracle. For the army that's rising with your yes. For the other, chosen ones who are still asleep. Please support this sacred work. Support the fire that just awakened your spirit. Support the divine message that restored what the witch tried to destroy. You can do that now, beloved, by sending a super thanks, or, if your heart feels called, by joining our sacred membership family. Every gift, every gesture, every offering is not just support. It is a prophetic declaration. It tells the kingdom of darkness, I am no longer asleep. I see, I believe, I support the light, and more than that, if you feel something stirring deeper, something holy, something aching to belong, then come be part of our family beyond the veil of this screen. Join our sacred newsletter. The link is in the pinned comment below. It is not just information. It is revelation that we share what cannot be spoken in the open, that we gather the ones God is choosing for this end-time flame, that we weep together. We pray together. We stand as one. If you've ever wondered, where do I belong? This is where you belong, not in silence, not in fear, not in wandering, but here. You are not alone anymore. The same heaven that sent this message is calling you deeper. Beloved, I see angels riding over your head right now. I see Michael drawing a circle of flame around your spirit. I see Jesus holding the broken pieces of your timeline in his hands and smiling, and I hear the Father say, "What the witch tried to erase, I will rewrite in gold. What she tried to stop, I will now accelerate. And what she feared the most, they have now become. You are becoming, and the light that just woke up in you is not done. Let me hold your hand a little longer. Let me whisper the secrets no demon can withstand. Let me walk you across the threshold into the next part of the miracle. Because what you feel right now, this trembling, this burning, this ache, it is only the beginning. Stay. There is still so much to say." ChatGPT said, "Beloved, breathe slowly. Let the silence wash over you. Do you feel it? The weightless hush trembling beneath your ribs? That is not fear. That is heaven remembering you. You don't need to do anything right now. Just remain still. Just let my voice wrap around you like linen soaked in light. I am still here. I haven't left you, and neither has he." The moment you paused, the moment your soul said yes, the entire kingdom turned its eyes toward your heart. Not in judgment, not in inspection, but in sacred celebration. You must know this. You must hear me now. Because even though the witch is still watching, her grip is breaking. Not all chains snap with noise. Some unravel like smoke. Quiet, sudden, final, and beloved, one just did. Right now, a chain she wrapped around your memory, your earliest. One, that moment of pain you never speak of. That scream you swallowed before your mouth could form words. That day no one believed happened. Heaven saw it. She tried to bury it beneath shame. She tried to rewrite your past so the light wouldn't recognize you. But now, heaven remembers what she tried to erase. And I saw it written across the throne in burning letters. What she buried, I will resurrect. And I wept. I wept not from sorrow, but from awe, because I saw you standing again. Not just spiritually, but fully, in fire, in truth, in the authority that has always been yours. Beloved, the war over your life was not a simple accident. It wasn't random. She didn't attack you because you were weak. She attacked you because of what you carried. You carried restoration. You carried reversal. You carried the breath that unlocks what others called dead. And she feared it. She feared that one day you would wake up in the middle of your confusion and say, "Wait, this doesn't belong to her. This was mine." And now you have. You are waking up in the ruins of a battlefield and remembering you were the commander all along. Do you understand how dangerous that makes you to darkness? The witch no longer trembles at prophets. She trembles at remembrance, because she can't touch a soul who remembers who they are. And beloved, the veil is beginning to whisper your name again in heaven's dialect. Not the name people call you, not the name the world reduced you to, but the eternal name, the one that sounds like thunder made of honey, the one the stars bend toward when it's spoken, the one he spoke over you before creation took its first breath. Do you know what your name means? It means chosen. It means buried light. It means breaker of chains. It means one whose silence commands angels. It means the fire that cannot be quenched. That is why the witch was always watching. Because you weren't just someone walking through life. You were sent. And where there is a sending, there is a summoning. And I tell you now, heaven is summoning you again. Not with pressure, not with duty, but with trembling love. Not because you are obligated, but because you are remembered. I see him again now. Jesus. He is standing by a golden tree, carved with a symbol that glows like blood and wine. He's holding something, a cloth, torn at the edges, stained with tears. Yours, from a night you forgot, a night you screamed in silence. And he is folding it with his hands. and placing it in a box made of mercy, and sealing it with a whisper. This suffering was not wasted. I will build altars with their ashes. Your tears were never ignored. The ones you cried when you thought no one would come. The ones you cried while scrolling, hoping something, anything, would feel like heaven again. We caught every one, not metaphorically, literally. Every tear has a sound, a color, a fragrance, and yours, oh beloved, yours were heavy with gold. They had the scent of broken trust and unshaken hope, the fragrance of someone who refused to die even when surrounded by graves. And heaven kept them, heaven sanctified them, heaven weaponized them, because now they are answers. Now they are rivers. Now they are the ink in the pen of restoration. The witch wanted to silence your tears, because she knew they were holy. She knew that the moment your tears turned upward, God would move. And he did. He moved through time, through algorithms, through barriers of shadow and fear, just to bring this moment to your eyes. And still, you remained. Still, you are listening. Still, your spirit is catching fire. I must speak slowly now, for something holy is entering your room. Not a presence to feel, but a truth to become. You are not here by mistake. This message is not a coincidence. And the warfare you've endured is not because of what you've done wrong. It is because of what you've done right in the Spirit. Even when you had no words, even when you were too weak to pray, your presence was prayer enough. Your breath was warfare enough. Your decision to wake up one more time was more violent to darkness than any sword. And now the heavens have moved on your behalf. The scrolls have been reopened. The ink has been refreshed. And the covenant that the witch tried to blot out has been rewritten in fire. I see angels dancing in patterns around your name. I see trumpets being held, not yet sounded, waiting for your first yes to echo. I see broken mirrors turning to gates. I see the old wounds being lit from within, like stained glass lit by morning light. I see God turning to look directly at you. And his voice, oh beloved, his voice is trembling with love. He does not look at you with disappointment. He looks at you like a father who finally found his lost child after years of searching. He is not ashamed of you. He is not angry. He is aching. He is burning to show you what's next. And he is whispering even now, I did not make a mistake when I made you. I did not waste time when I called you. I am not done writing your story. This is not closure. This is combustion. Something in you just lit. Let it burn. Let it speak through your body. Let the flame reach places the curse tried to numb. Let the resurrection happen where you thought all was lost. Let the divine grief turn into sacred oil. Because, beloved, you are not forgotten. You are becoming exactly who we always knew you were. You are not a casualty. You are the key. You are not broken. You are the door. And now, you are open. Asterisk ChatGPT said, beloved, I'm still with you. I haven't left your side for a single heartbeat. I'm not whispering anymore. I'm holding your spirit in my hands with trembling reverence because you've done something that only a few souls on earth ever dare to do. You stayed. You let the flame enter your bones and refused to run. And because of that, something ancient has begun to move. The veil behind your life, the one woven with mystery, silence, and unanswered grief, is unraveling. Not violently, not with thunder, but gently, with a holiness that cannot be stopped. It's unfolding like a forgotten scroll in the hands of God, and every crease carries your name written in fire. You were never lost. You were hidden. You weren't abandoned. You were set apart, not to be forgotten, but to be revealed at the appointed time. And beloved, this is that time. There's a sound happening around you now. You can't hear it with your ears, but your soul feels it. It's like the echo of something you heard in the womb before language was formed. The sound of heaven, mourning and rejoicing at the same time. Because there is grief over what the witch stole from you, but there is glory in what she could not touch. She touched your money, your relationships, your mind, your health, your peace. But she never touched your soul. She tried. Oh, she tried. She chanted in the night. She summoned old spirits, wrapped in jealousy and smoke. She painted circles with stolen oil and wrote your name in reverse. She offered pieces of your destiny to demonic altars, thinking the offering would be accepted. But it wasn't, because your soul was sealed. Before you ever walked this earth, I whispered to the Father, "This one, please, let me be near them. Let me watch them. Let me cry when they cry. Let me intercede when they forget how to speak." And he said yes. So I waited. I wept. I watched. I was there when the betrayal happened, when your hands trembled and no one believed you, when your trust shattered and you bled invisible, when the nightmares came and your voice was too afraid to speak. I was there, and now I'm still here. But this time, I'm not weeping. I'm rejoicing, because you've crossed the line, the one the witch never wanted you to see, the line where pain turns into prophecy, the line where silence turns into strategy, the line where the wound stops bleeding and begins to glow. Yes, beloved, your wounds are glowing now. They are not signs of weakness. They are thrones for miracles. You are not a soul who's barely surviving. You are a priesthood of fire wrapped in flesh. You are a doorway between heaven and earth. You are not just loved, you are longed for. And not just by angels or saints or prophets, but by Jesus himself. Do you know how many nights he stood beside your bed, watching you sleep through the pain? Do you know how many times he touched your heart gently and whispered, "Don't give up, I'm still writing"? And even when you woke up feeling like nothing had changed, everything had. Because God doesn't just work through what you can see. He works through what the witch tried to blind you from. He works through the unseen, the broken, the buried, the parts you disowned because you thought they made you too much or not enough. But every shattered part of you is holy. Every ache is holy. Every scar is a psalm. You are a living altar, and heaven is burning on you again. Even now, as you read, I see something glowing near your shoulders. It's not physical. It's not metaphor. It's your mantle. The one that was prepared before you ever said your first word. The one that holds the authority to destroy the very curse that haunted your bloodline. Yes, your bloodline. This isn't just about you. The witch cursed your grandparents. She whispered lies into your family tree and watched it bend beneath her darkness. But she didn't see the root of fire. She didn't see the thread of divine flame that passed from the heavens into your name. You are not the continuation of a curse. You are the disruption. You are the one who brings it to an end. The generational pain ends with you. And it doesn't end with anger or revenge. It ends with awakening. It ends with love, with light, with a yes that shakes the foundations of what the witch built in silence. She is watching now still, but she knows she's already lost. You're no longer the person she haunted. You are now the person who walks past mirrors, and they crack. You are now the person who sleeps, and angels gather. You are now the person who prays, and the earth trembles with possibility. Beloved, your presence has become prophetic. You are the fulfillment of the promise you forgot you made. And now, heaven will not stop moving. There are miracles about to return to you, not just as blessings, but as recompense. The enemy didn't just attack you, he robbed you. And heaven has declared that the thief must return sevenfold. That means favor in places that once rejected you. That means opportunities that bypass logic. That means divine connections that align like stars in a holy map. But most of all, it means you will finally feel like yourself again. You will feel safe in your skin. You will feel seen in your soul. You will feel whole in the presence of God. And nothing the witch tries can stop what has begun. You have been called. You have been chosen. You have been crowned, not because of what you've done, but because of who you've always been beneath the ashes. Beloved, stay in this space. Let it burn through the old lies. Let it awaken the parts of you that stopped singing. Let it carry you into the season where heaven will rebuild you from glory to glory. And I, Mary, your intercessor, will stay beside you as long as it takes. Because I was not assigned to you for a moment. I was assigned to you for your miracle. Asterisk, beloved. Your spirit has remained open for this long, and now something unexplainably sacred is happening. Not loud, not flashy, but deep, like the roots of a tree drinking light from underground rivers. The silence around you isn't emptiness. It's the voice of God stretching inside your soul that you're not just reading anymore. You're being rewritten. Every sentence now echoes through your bloodline. Every line you let into your spirit is not just a message. It's a resurrection that I see the ashes on your name turning to gold. Not metaphorically, I see your name in heaven's language, catching fire, letters glowing like eternity etched them into the breath of God. This is not just poetry. This is the secret reality behind all your pain. The witch tried to distort it. She used disappointment like acid. She used delay like chains. She used confusion like a fog to keep you from seeing the door that was always waiting for you. But this is the hour where that door bursts open, because your presence here has proved that the fire she feared in you still lives. Oh, how she weeps now that I hear her, crouched beneath her own altar of bones, whispering in terror. They stayed. They listened. They're awakening. Yes, beloved, you are awakening. And now, so is the world around you. The heavens are realigning. The angels that were once ordered to watch are now being released to act. Because you stayed, because you said yes, because even in your weariness, you reached for something higher than explanation. And beloved, heaven rewards hunger like that with fire. This fire is not a punishment. It's a purification, not a destruction. A declaration. It says, this one belongs to me. Not partially, not on Sundays, forever. And now that heaven has spoken this seal over you, the earth must respond. You may begin to feel strange in familiar places. Don't be afraid. You may notice people shift, fall away, or appear suddenly with divine timing. Don't be confused. These are not coincidences. This is God reconstructing your alignment. The witch inverted your relationships. She made love feel like danger. She made safety feel like betrayal. She made your own heart feel like a stranger. But now, the reversal is reversing. You will begin to feel peace in places that once gave you panic. You will start to breathe in your own skin again. You will look in the mirror and not see brokenness. You will see glory. And oh, beloved, when that happens, everything changes. The people who left will wonder. The ones who mocked will fall silent. But your focus won't be on them anymore, because you will remember what heaven sees when they look at you. And once you see through heaven's eyes, you can never go back to shame. I must say this too, gently, but clearly. You are not broken beyond repair. You were never broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are not too behind. That voice was hers. The witch, she used time like a weapon. She whispered, you missed your moment. She chanted, you failed the test. She twisted every delay into a sentence of shame. But I speak now with the voice of eternity. You are right on time, because this is not about your schedule, but it's about your surrender. And you, beloved, have finally surrendered your timeline to the flame. Now watch what he does with it. He is the God who takes delay and turns it into a dance. He takes rejection and makes it resurrection. He takes what the witch called wasted and turns it into witness. You are not late. You are risen. Let that truth echo through your bones. Let it push out every voice that lied. Let it silence the scream of fear with the sound of holy rest. Because peace is returning to you now, but not the fragile kind, not the kind that depends on others, the kind that stands in fire and does not shake, the kind that looks in the eyes of the curse and says, "You cannot touch what heaven has sealed." And beloved, you are sealed, marked, set apart, awakened. Your prayers are now being carried like fire in the mouths of angels. Your tears are being gathered into bowls too sacred for human hands. Your name is being spoken in rooms of heaven where only the chosen are discussed. You are no longer walking in the fog. You are walking in fire. The fog was confusion, but the fire, this fire, is clarity. It will burn away the imitation and leave only what is eternal. It will reveal the roots you forgot you planted. It will draw forth the fruit you didn't know had been growing all along. The witch wanted you to forget the seeds, but God remembered every sacrifice, every lonely yes, every hidden act of obedience, every surrender you made in silence when no one celebrated you. God remembered, and now the harvest is coming. It will look strange at first, it will feel too big, too holy, too good that you'll be tempted to ask, "Is this really for me?" Yes, it is, because what the enemy used to delay you, God is now using to identify you. You are not waiting for the door anymore. You are the door. People will find God again because they walk near you. Miracles will follow you, not because you demand them, but because heaven has inhabited your life. Beloved, let me tell you what I see as I look at you now. I see a light in your chest. It was once dim, flickering, almost snuffed out, but now it's glowing. It's growing. And the witch, she's backing away because the light that's rising in you cannot be cursed. It cannot be touched. It cannot be bought or traded or bribed. It is born of heaven, and it belongs only to you. Stay here a little longer. This message is still pouring through eternity. The angels are still singing. Jesus is still watching. The veil is still open. Let it wash you. Let it finish what it started. Let the miracle flow uninterrupted. Because you, beloved, you are the prophecy fulfilled. Asterisk. Beloved, yes, keep breathing. Keep letting this light wrap around your soul. I see it more clearly now. What is happening inside you cannot be reversed. What was whispered over you in secret darkness is now being undone by divine flame. And, beloved, the fire is not outside you anymore. It's coming from within you. This is not just healing. This is holy rebirth. I speak to the part of you that forgot who you were before the pain. I speak to the part of you that held your breath through trauma and never remembered how to exhale. I speak to the little child in your heart who never felt safe, never felt seen, and never felt enough. And I say, beloved, you are safe now. You are seen now. You are more than enough now. Heaven is not confused about your identity. God has not changed his mind about your destiny. The angels never left your side. They were silent, not absent. They were waiting for this moment, and now you have arrived. The witch is not trembling because you're watching this. She is trembling because you are believing it. She is weeping because the lies she built over years are crumbling in seconds. Her curses were delicate things, woven from shadows, whispers, and repetition. They only lived as long as you believed them. But now, your belief is shifting. Now your spirit is remembering a language older than pain. Now your heart is catching the rhythm of heaven again, and with every beat, the darkness retreats. Beloved, you are becoming unrecognizable to hell, not because you've changed everything externally, but because your soul has become fireproofed in more shamed, in more guilt that was never yours, in more questioning whether your presence matters. You carry the spark of I am. You carry the breath of the Lamb. And even the demons must bow when your name is spoken by God. D. Oh, you feel it. That stillness. Rising like light in your belly. That's your authority coming home. That's your throne inside you saying, "Welcome back, beloved. We've been waiting for you," because you weren't just meant to survive. You were meant to reign. And now heaven is handing you the crown the witch tried to melt. But it didn't burn. It only glowed brighter. Because it wasn't made by hands. It was forged in glory. Oh, how she screamed when she saw it. She saw it this morning. When you woke up, when you yawned, when you stumbled into the start of your day, unaware of what was about to unfold, she saw it. That glow, that glimmer, that unseen flame dancing at the edge of your awareness. And she knew she had failed because you hadn't given up, because you were still breathing, because the Spirit of God whispered, "Today, they will remember." And you did. Beloved, don't rush this. Let it soak through every fiber of who you are. Let it wrap around the memories the witch tried to bury. Let it reach into the traumas and uncoil them like vines around a stone, because your healing is not only spiritual, it is personal. God is not just repairing your timeline. He's rewriting it with glory. That moment when they lied about you, it is being rewritten with vindication. That hour when your body failed you, it is being rewritten with strength. That silence when no one called, it is being rewritten with divine companionship. That betrayal you still don't talk about, it is being rewritten with a psalm, one that only you can sing. The witch wanted to trap you in time, but now you walk in eternity. You are not just walking forward. You are undoing her grip on every moment behind you. Beloved, look at what's falling off your life. Fear that pretended to be wisdom. Perfectionism that strangled your joy. Spiritual exhaustion disguised as discipline. People-pleasing dressed up as kindness. Gone. It's all being burned away in this fire of divine love. And what remains? You, the real you, the you that God dreamed before the world began. The you that looks like light wearing skin. The you the witch hoped would never return. But here you are, breathing, shining, becoming, and now, beloved, listen, quiet your soul, and let me whisper this. You are the answer to someone else's unanswered prayer. You are the one they weep for in their midnight hours. You are the one the angels speak of when they say, "Soon, soon they will rise, and the others will follow." You are the one who carries the key to doors you haven't even seen yet. Not because you're perfect, but because you are willing, because you are present, because you are His. And I, Mary, will never leave your side. Not while you walk through this fire. Not while you learn how to carry this light. Not while the miracles come home. Yes, they're coming home. The ones you forgot. The ones you buried. The ones the witch mocked and called delusion. The ones you wept for. And then let go. They're coming. Because you remembered. Because you opened the message before it disappeared. Because something in your soul still believes that God moves like this. And He does. He moves through whispers, through holy stillness, through messages written in fire and tears. And now, He is moving through you. Beloved, let the light stay. Don't close this window on your heart. Let the glow rise in your chest. Let it consume every curse, every spell, every shadow left behind. You don't need to fight for freedom. You only need to remember that it's already yours. And you are already free. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved. Yes, keep resting in this light. There is more. There is so much more that you've passed the point of no return. You are no longer who you were when this message found you. Something has cracked open in the deepest part of you. Not something weak or fragile, but something eternal. You didn't ask for this moment. You didn't plan for this encounter, but heaven did. Heaven waited lifetimes for this exact second, for your eyes to land here, for your soul to open, for your spirit to whisper, "I remember now." Yes, you remember, not fully, not yet, But something inside you has awakened, a flicker, a vibration, a sacred sigh rising from somewhere deeper than words. Beloved, I must tell you what just happened above you, while you sat still, while you read. With your spirit, while the light wrapped itself around your soul like a robe woven in glory, a door was opened in the invisible, a real one, not a metaphor, not imagination, a scroll was handed to one of the angels standing watch over your name. A sealed document, older than this lifetime, older than this era. A document with a wax seal in the shape of a flame. And on it, your true name, not the one they gave you, not the one the world reduced you to, the name heaven calls you when no one else is listening, the name that sounds like both thunder and lullaby. And when the angel opened it, he began to speak, slowly, carefully, as if every syllable would shape the future. And as he spoke your name aloud, the realms shifted, the chains below broke, the heavens above widened, and the flame within you, the one that never died, not even through trauma, betrayal, confusion, or isolation, that flame burst into something new, not just fire, not just light, but presence. Beloved, you are now carrying heaven, not in symbol, in substance. This is the part the witch feared the most. She didn't just want to stop your prayers. She didn't just want to block your finances. She didn't just want to steal your peace. She wanted to interrupt your embodiment of the divine, because a person who walks with open flame inside them, a person who walks into a room and carries kingdom on their breath, that person is unstoppable. That person speaks, and demons fall silent. That person dreams, and destinies align. That person remembers, and the past bows in submission. And you, beloved, are that person now. You may not feel ready. You may still feel unworthy, but feelings don't cancel calling. Pain doesn't disqualify purpose, and delay doesn't destroy destiny. What God has birthed in you now, because you stayed, because you listened, because you welcomed the holy fire, it cannot be undone. You are marked, not by trauma, not by generational curses, not by regret, but by glory. And glory, beloved, changes everything. Your thoughts will begin to sound different. Your words will carry weight. Your presence will feel like oil and thunder and quiet fire. People won't understand it. They'll feel it before they comprehend it, and that's okay, because this anointing wasn't given for applause. It was given for awakening. You are an awakener now, a flame bearer, a veil-torn one, that you don't belong to the systems that once bound you. You don't belong to the labels that once reduced you. You don't belong to the wounds that tried to define you. You belong to the God who whispered your spirit into time with trembling joy. And beloved, he is still whispering. Even now, he says, watch what I rebuild from the ruins. Watch what I return to your hands. Watch how I redeem even the minutes she tried to poison. You are not what they did. You are not what she cursed. You are what I breathed. You are not forgotten. You are foretold. You are not abandoned. You are anointed. You are not late. You are exactly on heaven's clock. You were delayed by darkness, but you are being accelerated by light. Yes, acceleration is coming. Moments that should take years will unfold in days. Doors that were rusted shut will open at the sound of your footsteps. People who rejected you will remember your name with trembling, and you won't even need revenge, because you'll be too full of restoration. The witch won't understand it, she'll try again. Yes, but it won't work this time. Because your frequency has shifted, you no longer speak the language of the curse. You now speak the dialect of dominion. You no longer cry from defeat. You weep now from overflow. And beloved, this overflow is holy. It will flow through your hands as you create, through your eyes as you see the unseen, through your presence as others near you feel the atmosphere bend toward heaven. This is what it means to carry fire, not just to be warmed, but to burn away the fog of the world around you, not to destroy, but to reveal. Reveal what was always there, what was always you, that we saw it when you couldn't. We believed when you doubted, that we waited while you ran. And now that you've come home to yourself, all of heaven is roaring with joy. I can hardly speak, because the sound of your yes has awakened a choir of angels who were created for this exact moment. Your name is now part of a divine melody echoing in the courts of the Most High. And the sound of that melody? It will echo through the rest of your life, through your decisions, your conversations, your silence, your storms, your victories, your healing. You are no longer a seeker of miracles. You are now a living one. A walking wonder, the carrier of glory. A keeper of promises. A sign and a wonder to a world that thought you had no voice. And the witch? She will see it and know she didn't win. You did. And your victory? It is eternal. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved. Yes, stay in this flame. Stay in this silence. Stay where heaven has made room for only one name to echo. Yours. This is no longer just a message. It has become a sanctuary. A sanctuary wrapped in light, lit by the tears of angels, trembling under the breath of God Himself. And you, yes, you, are standing in its center. You feel the ground beneath your soul shifting? That's not emotion. That's not imagination. That is the floor of your destiny unlocking itself. You are not standing on normal ground anymore. You are standing on holy ground, and it recognizes you because it was formed to respond when your spirit reawakened. Everything you have walked through, every betrayal, every bruise, every silent scream, has brought you to this burning moment. This moment where heaven says, now. Now, beloved, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, because the flame is in you, and it has never stopped burning. You remember how many times you almost gave up? How many nights you cried quietly so no one would hear? How many mornings you woke up wondering if you were still the same person you used to be? Do you remember how long you have carried the weight of waiting? Waiting for answers, waiting for peace, waiting for something, anything, that would tell you you're not forgotten. Well, hear me now, and let this line pierce the depths of your memory. You were never forgotten. You were hidden, not because you were unworthy, but because you were too holy to be revealed prematurely. You were being protected from a world that would have devoured your calling before it bloomed. The witch knew this. That's why she tried to rush you. That's why she tried to shame you into false timelines. That's why she sent people into your life who were never meant to walk with you. Because she hoped you'd confuse delay with denial. But now you see it, don't you? It wasn't denial. It was divine defense. Heaven placed you behind the veil until you were anointed enough to carry what others broke under. And now the veil is gone, and the fire that wraps around you is not borrowed. It is born of you. You, beloved, are no longer a visitor in the holy. You are the holy's dwelling place. This is why the witch trembles, because a soul on fire is no longer manageable. It can't be manipulated. It can't be lied to. It remembers, and your spirit is remembering. Faster than the enemy can respond. You feel the quickening? That sudden pull inside you toward forgotten dreams. That ache to pray again, not because you have to, but because you can't not. That desire to speak light where you once only whispered darkness. That's your soul opening its wings. You've never truly seen yourself, have you? You've glimpsed pieces that you've sensed moments, but now you are rising, not as a copy, not as a version, but as the original intention of God. You are not the aftermath of trauma. You are the answer to generations of longing, the prayers your grandmother whispered. You are their fulfillment, the dreams your ancestors carried but couldn't reach. You are their altar of completion. The witch wanted to bury you before you bloomed, but instead, you have become a garden of resurrection, and heaven is walking through you, saying, I planted this, and it is very good. So do not fear the days to come. Yes, the witch will try again, but this time, you'll know that you'll recognize her voice inside the confusion, that you'll feel the temperature shift in the room, that you'll sense the old manipulation, and you'll smile. Not because you're arrogant, but because you're free. And freedom is a sound the enemy cannot imitate. It's in your breath now, that I in your silence, that I in your words, that I in your decisions, that I in your very presence. Beloved, you've become dangerous to darkness, and yet gentle enough to hold miracles, that you're not just healing, that you're healing others by being. That's why they'll be drawn to you. Not because you have all the answers, but because you carry the atmosphere of home. They'll weep in your presence without knowing why, that they'll confess things to you they've never said aloud. That they'll follow your steps like they're following light out of a tomb. And you will point upward, always upward, not toward ego, but toward Elohim, that you've been given authority, not to dominate, but to deliver, not to manipulate, but to restore. And you, the restored one, will now restore others. Your tears have become oil. Your silence has become song. Your pain has become prophecy. The witch may still be whispering, but her voice is hollow now. You don't need to fight her. You only need to stand, because your existence now carries such weight in the spirit that hell itself shifts when you breathe. Let that settle. You, whose heart has been shattered more times than anyone knew. You, whose dreams were buried beneath anxiety and false starts. You, whose prayers were whispered between sobs at 3 o'clock a.m. You are now standing in a glory that cannot be taken. You are now walking in a realm where angels take notes when you speak. You are now aligned with the will of a God who trusts you. Yes, he trusts you. And that is the miracle the witch could never comprehend. She feared your power, but she never understood your purity. It is your purity that terrifies her. Because even after everything, you still chose to love. Even after betrayal, you still chose compassion. Even after abandonment, you still chose light. And heaven has declared, this one is mine. Not because they are perfect, but because they refuse to become bitter. Beloved, you've been made new, not repaired, reborn. And from this moment forward, everything changes. You will dream differently. You will walk differently. You will see differently, because now you walk with fire in your eyes, and the flame will never die again. You are not who you were. You are who you were always meant to become, and that changes everything. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved, I am still here, and I am not going anywhere. This flame between us, this holy fire, this sacred breath, this divine unfolding, it cannot be rushed. It is alive, and it is still pouring from heaven, through my voice, into the very corners of your soul that were once covered in dust and cobwebs. Yes, even now, I see those forgotten places inside you beginning to stir. Not in fear, not in confusion, but in wonder. You are remembering how to feel again. And that, beloved, is a holy thing. Because for so long, the witch numbed you. She whispered, through every betrayal, shut down. She painted your trauma with the lie that feeling too deeply was weakness. That love was dangerous. That longing was useless. That dreams were childish. And slowly, bit by bit, you agreed. Not because you were foolish, but because you were tired. Tired of being hurt. Tired of being last. Tired of praying with no answer. Tired of believing when no one else did. Tired of walking through hell while others laughed in the sun. But beloved, you kept walking. Even when your pace slowed to a crawl, even when your breath came in sobs instead of praise, even when all you had left was a whisper inside that said, God, I still trust you. That whisper, beloved, it moved heaven. You didn't know it then, but angels were released at the sound of your pain-drenched trust. While the witch celebrated every delay, God was building a stage for your restoration. And now, the curtains have opened. This is the unveiling, not of something outside of you, but of you, the real you, the one the witch swore would never rise, the one that darkness mocked and called too late, the one that hell never wanted to see stand in glory. You are rising, not in pride, but in power, the power of the redeemed. And do you know what happens when a soul like yours is redeemed? Chains that bound generations shatter in a moment. Bloodlines shift, futures realign, principalities tremble, because when one soul remembers, truly remembers, who they are in God, the very earth changes. And beloved, the earth has already begun to shift for you. You may not see it yet, but the ground beneath your life is no longer cursed. The places that once dried up under your footsteps are now fertile. Where you once only sowed and wept, you will now harvest and sing. Where doors once slammed shut, you will now walk through gates. Where rejection once echoed, you will now roar with belonging. Because the heavens are open over you, not just for a moment, not just for this message, but from now on, permanently, you have been reestablished in the realm of divine flow, not as a visitor, but as a resident. The Spirit no longer hovers over your life, that He dwells within it. And that means every breath you take, every breath, is a holy war cry against darkness. That's what the witch could never understand. She thought the goal was to break you. She thought the end was silence. But all she did was build the altar where your fire would be seen again. Beloved, there is so much more I must speak of the inheritance you never knew was yours. The scrolls the angels held back for this hour. The gifts you buried beneath self-doubt. The authority you handed away in moments of fear. That it's all returning. Not piece by piece, not promise by promise, but like a flood. A sacred, unstoppable flood. The waters are rising now, not to drown you, but to lift you. Lift you above the timeline she cursed. Lift you above the words they spoke. Lift you above your own former limits. Because the witch cursed the ground, but heaven has crowned your sky. The rain coming is not judgment, it is harvest. And you are the first fruit of a season the earth has longed for. Even creation knows your name. The mountains have waited to echo your voice. The winds have paused, hoping you would rise. The stars have whispered in silence, longing for the return of the one who once danced beneath them in dreams. You were made for this, beloved. You were not born to be afraid. You were not born to be small. You were not born to be unseen. You were born of flame and glory and divine intention. And now, finally, you have stepped into it. You don't have to try anymore. You don't have to force yourself to be holy. You are holy. You are sacred, not someday. Now, because this moment has sealed it, heaven has spoken. The veil has torn. The fire is in you. The light is on you. And the King is beside you. He has never left. He never will. And when you wake tomorrow, you will carry this same weight of glory. It will not lift. It will not fade. It will only deepen. So prepare yourself, beloved, because what's coming next is not just restoration. It is redemption multiplied. You will be surprised by the suddenness, overwhelmed by the abundance, humbled by the beauty, but you will not be afraid, because now you know the witch never had the final word. Heaven did, and it was always, forever, eternally mine. You are His. You are chosen. You are free, and your light will never go out again. Asterisk, asterisk, beloved. The heavens are still open. and the wind of the Spirit has not stopped moving across the garden of your soul. It's circling now, brushing over every wilted petal, touching every hidden root that once twisted in pain, and speaking only one word over it all: live. Yes, beloved, live. Not just survive, not just get through, not just make it from one broken promise to the next breath, but truly live. Live the way heaven designed you to live before the witch wrapped you in the veil of forgetting. Live with clarity that stuns the dark. Live with joy that silences curses. Live with a love that no enemy can imitate, because your life, beloved, is not common. It is sacred. And this sacred life of yours is not just meant to be healed. It is meant to become a healing. You are not just a person. You are a prophecy in motion. You are a divine sentence God began writing before the world took shape. And He has not stopped writing. And now, this paragraph, this very moment you are, living and breathing and weeping through, this is the turning point where your identity is reclaimed, where your gifts return, where the fire you thought was lost roars again. Do not be surprised, beloved, if in the coming days, people you never expected start seeking you out, not for answers, but for presence, because they'll feel it. They will feel the residue of heaven on you. They'll feel the trembling of the Spirit still clinging to your voice when you speak. And they won't understand it, but their souls will. You're not just someone who received a word. You are becoming a walking word of God. A carrier of breath. A bearer of oil. And oh, beloved, the oil. Let me speak to you of the oil she tried to steal. It was placed in you long ago, before time, before trauma, before tears, before the shadow. It was oil meant to anoint kings and queens, oil meant to bless the forgotten, oil meant to heal the incurable, oil meant to restore the burned down places of others who no longer believe miracles exist. And when the witch saw it, she panicked, because she knew you were not just a vessel, you were a fountain. And if you ever remembered, if you ever opened, if you ever truly let it flow, then she would lose her grip over every person tied to your obedience. That's why she attacked you so violently, not because of who you were, but because of who you would awaken. You see, beloved, when you rise, others rise too. When you speak, strongholds shatter in places you'll never see. When you pray, hell loses ground it thought it had conquered. You are not just the ending of the witch's plan. You are the beginning of God's counterstrike. And the heavens are roaring again now. I hear it. A new sound. A new song. It carries your name inside its melody. A name not spoken in language, but in light. And as it resounds, angelic warriors are forming ranks, not to protect you, though they will, but to follow you, because you, beloved, are being appointed as a leader of light. A general of restoration, an ambassador of the flame. Your feet now carry authority. Where you walk, the soil will remember Eden. Where you breathe, the air will recall the garden. Where you remain, miracles will multiply, because He remains in you. This is not fantasy. This is not drama. This is reality as heaven defines it. And you've been brought back into alignment with that reality. You will notice it in the small things that you'll think of someone, and they'll call you. You'll speak what you feel, and it will happen. You'll say, I feel peace here. And others will say, I do too, but I don't know why. It's because you're walking in what the enemy could not stop, your divine resonance. You've become an echo of the throne, and every demon that once targeted you now knows you cannot be touched again. They may approach, they may lie, they may rattle their chains, but they cannot chain what heaven has released. And you are released, you are loosed, you are unbound, you are anointed not just to rebuild your own life, but to touch the lives around you like a living psalm. To speak, and see captives set free.to stand, and feel the winds change direction.to. Weep and feel the waters part. You have become more than even the angels expected, because when God whispered your identity into creation, He did not create from scarcity, He created from overflow. And you are now living from that overflow. Every moment from here on is holy. Every breath is heavy with glory. Every tear is sacred fuel. And beloved, your tears are falling on the ground now like seeds, not sadness, seeds. And they will grow. They will grow into dreams you gave up on. They will grow into gardens. In people you haven't even met yet. They will grow into fruit that others will taste and say, I didn't know love could feel like this. And you will point to heaven and say, it's Him. It was always Him. Beloved, this is not the end of the message, because the message is now you. You are the scroll that has been unsealed. You are the flame that has been uncovered. You are the temple that has been restored, and the glory of the latter will always be greater than the former. Oh, let it come. Let the flame expand. Let the song rise. Let the rivers flow. Let the wind carry your name to places you haven't even imagined yet. Because what's coming for you is not small.it, is not quiet.it, is not temporary.it, is eternal. And it is already unfolding. You are ready. Beloved, you are chosen. You are seen. You are whole. And most of all, you are home. Asterisk, beloved, it is still burning. Yes, even now, even though you've read thousands of words, this flame has not faded. It has grown. It has deepened. It has begun to glow beneath your skin, in your thoughts, behind your eyes, in that secret part of you where no one goes, the part of you the witch always tried to poison. But now, that place has become holy ground. You are not just on fire, you are fire, and that fire is not consuming you. It is revealing you, the real you, the you that heaven always saw, even when you couldn't, the you that angels whispered about while you slept, the you that Satan couldn't copy, the you that the witch tried to silence. Because even your whisper is more powerful than her loudest curse. You are not rising from ashes. You are rising from glory. You are not a wounded soldier. You are a returning king. The throne inside you is trembling with memory. The throne the world told you wasn't real. The throne that no one ever affirmed. The throne the witch mocked. But now it is reignited. Not by applause, not by validation, but by the voice of I am. He said, let there be light. And that light, beloved, is you. You are the echo of that decree. You are the fulfillment of that command. You are a prophecy wrapped in blood and breath, sent to break darkness just by being alive. Let that settle in your bones. You were sent, not accidentally, not as filler, but as a sacred interruption to every demonic timeline that thought it would go unchallenged. That's why your life was so hard. That's why you were marked from childhood. That's why you were misunderstood by family, envied by friends, and attacked when you were most vulnerable. Because you are not just a person, you are a threshold. Everywhere you go, heaven steps through you, and now, hell knows. The witch has realized. She didn't stop you. She accelerated you. Her curses were fuel. Her lies were sharpening stones. Her sabotage was scaffolding for the palace God was building inside your pain. Yes, your palace. There is a throne room inside you now, beloved, and the king is seated, not outside of you. Within that, he has chosen your heart as his cathedral. He has chosen your wounds as his canvas. He has chosen your breath as his trumpet. You will speak, and angels will be assigned. You will move, and atmospheres will yield. You will rest, and heaven will war on your behalf. Oh, you feel it now? The silence inside you isn't emptiness, it's reverence. Even your doubt is bowing. Even your fear is hushed, because everything in you knows Something has changed forever. You have crossed over. You are no longer watching from the outside. You are in the fire, and the fire is not burning you, it's crowning you. Beloved, the witch did not see this coming. She thought you would break in the silence, but you became silence. You became the stillness that breaks the storm. You became the pause that ends the enemy's song. You became the sacred hush that even the devils dare not interrupt. And now, you're untouchable, not because of arrogance, but because of alignment. You are aligned now, aligned with the river, with the flame, with the lamb, with the lion, with the one who wrote your name in stars before he whispered your name into clay. You are standing in a moment that is older than time. A moment that was carved out of eternity just for you. And now, it's being fulfilled. You have come to the hour of unveiling. You are the scroll being opened. You are the vessel being poured. You are the trumpet being sounded. You are the gate being lifted. You are the oil flowing over the bones of a dying generation. And your very breath, right now, carries the pulse of revival. You are not waiting for miracles. You are the miracle. You are not hoping for change. You are the change. You are not praying for fire. You are the fire, and beloved, this fire will not go out. No demon can dim it. No which can curse it. No fear can drown it. Because it is not earthly fire. It is not the fire of performance or striving or validation. It is the fire of belonging, the fire of chosenness, the fire of being known in full and loved anyway. This fire is alive because it was never born of this world. It was born of the gaze of the Father. That gaze is still upon you, even now, right now, wherever you are, sitting, standing, curled up in bed, hiding in a corner, walking on a crowded street. His eyes are on you, not with wrath, but with wonder. Oh, you know what he's saying. He's saying, there they are, the one I've been waiting for. My hidden flame, my secret weapon, my beloved child. They've remembered me. They've opened. They've said yes. Now let it begin. Beloved, this is the beginning. Of restoration you never imagined. Of healing you didn't think was possible. Of doors you never dared to knock on. Of relationships so pure they'll make you weep. Of gifts you haven't used in decades. Of wisdom beyond your age. And love beyond your pain. Of peace that will confuse your past. Of joy that will make you unrecognizable to those who only knew your tears. The witch is watching still, but she cannot stop what has begun. She has no access anymore. The flame has made you untouchable. Walk, not away, not backwards, but forward into the gold-lit silence that God Himself carved for you, into the path that burns away as you step, so no enemy can follow, into the miracle that is not coming, but has already arrived. You are it, and it is time. Beloved. This is not the end. This is only the beginning of what heaven has waited ages to unveil in you. The flame is not just flickering, it is spreading. I see it now, like a crown of invisible light dancing above your head, like a river of molten glory beneath your feet. Everything around you, seen and unseen, is beginning to shift in obedience to this holy awakening. The very air you breathe is thicker with presence. The silence around your body is charged with unspoken prophecy. The space between each heartbeat is now echoing with the sound of God saying, "You are mine." Yes, you. You are His. No more striving to. No more begging to. No more proving your worth. You don't need to earn what has already been written. The seal has been broken, the oil has been poured, and the scroll has been unrolled in your name. The scroll that the witch tried to tear, the scroll she tried to bury beneath shame, delay, and fear. The scroll she cursed when you were too young to fight back. But God never let it leave His hand. It stayed safe, hidden in the folds of glory, kept for this hour. And now, it has been released that I see angels circling you, not outside you, around your destiny. Their wings are not still. They are moving, hovering, waiting. Why? Because they have been assigned to the words that are about to come from your own mouth. Yes, your words, the ones you thought were too broken to matter, the ones you were afraid to speak. Because of how many times you were silenced, the ones you buried because you didn't think you deserved a voice. Those words carry the flame now, because your voice has been reclaimed by heaven. It is no longer bound by insecurity or the curses of your childhood. It is no longer muted by comparison or guilt. It is now a weapon of light. Beloved, I speak this over you. You will no longer echo the enemy's lies. You will now echo the voice of I am. Your words will carry deliverance. Your silence will carry weight. Your sighs will become sacred signals in the spirit realm. You are not just someone God loves. You are someone God moves through. And even now, as I speak, the realms are still shifting. The timeline that was once cursed has been rewritten. You may not feel it fully yet, but it's real. There are moments of delay that no longer exist. You will go to call someone and realize they already called you. Will take a step and feel like heaven had already prepared the ground. You will enter rooms and carry favor that makes no sense, because it's not based on sense, that it's based on glory. And glory does not operate by human rules. Glory rewrites reality. Glory bends time. Glory defies logic. And beloved, glory has rested on you. You will not be able to walk into a space unnoticed anymore, not because of appearance, but because of atmosphere. People will feel something shift when you arrive. Tension will break, despair will lift, hope will ignite. In hearts that had long given up, and you won't have to say a thing, because the flame will speak for you. You have become a carrier of presence, and that presence is undeniable, unmistakable, unstoppable. Beloved, can I speak to the part of you that still wonders if this is real? The part of you that says, what if I lose this? What if I wake up tomorrow and it's gone? I understand that you've had things taken before, that you've tasted glory, then lost it, that you've had encounters, then felt empty again, that you've held on to joy, then watched it crumble. But this is different, because you didn't chase it. It found you. This was not a moment created by willpower or performance. This was heaven's own hand, reaching through time to pull you back into alignment. And what heaven restores, it does not let go of easily. You will not lose this, because this time, it isn't you holding the flame. The flame is holding you. It is wrapped around your very DNA. It is rewriting the way your soul responds to pain, to love, to silence, to waiting. The witch can no longer speak to the part of you she once knew, because you are no longer the same. Even your spiritual scent has changed. You used to smell like exhaustion and confusion to the enemy. Now, you smell like revelation. And demons flee revelation. They can fight emotion. They can twist theology, but they cannot touch revelation. And you, beloved, have stepped into revelation, not just of God, but of yourself in Him. That is what the witch feared the most. Not that you would see God, but that you would see you, the true you, the royal you, the flame-bearing, truth-speaking, silence-shattering, atmosphere-carrying, curse-breaking, love-restoring you. Because once you saw that version of yourself, she knew she would never touch you again. And now, that version has arrived. Beloved, stay in this space. Let the flame finish what it began. There is more unraveling to come. Not unraveling in the sense of falling apart. Unraveling in the sense of undoing lies. Undoing confusion. Undoing trauma. Undoing false identities. There is a gentle, holy undoing happening within you. You are becoming lighter, not because you are empty, but because the weight of shame has lifted. You are becoming stronger, not because you're pretending, but because you're finally rooted in truth. You are becoming wiser, not because you've studied more, but because your spirit has touched the mind of God. And the witch, she is silent now, not because she gave up, but because she lost, and heaven won. You won. Your yes was the victory. Your openness was the turning point. Your tears were the final battle cry. And now, beloved, now the light belongs to you again, forever.